What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today I bring you another video for Knighthood. Now today I want to talk about what this full week of bounties has looked like, for me at least. I have some info up here on the screen that you can see, and basically, like I said in a previous video, I asked some people to come together for me and give me their bounty board data. Basically, I was looking for the amount of bounties they saw, the amount of green, blue, purple, and yellow items that they saw from those bounties as well. And I of course recorded my own in this situation as well, and I'll actually pull that up on the screen here so that you can see those. They're actually down here as well, but this is how I was keeping track. Basically, as I completed a bounty, when I saw the bounty, I would write down what I got and add up all those numbers. And then as I completed, or when I would refresh a bounty, I would update as well. So in total, this includes the 4 from last week that I saw, as well as all of the ones from this week. I had 64 total bounties, and I saw 144 green, 46 blue, 59 purple, and 1 unique. Those were my numbers from the bounty board this week. And then of course I have all these other numbers you can see over here. These were from other people and what they saw. So what it looks like is, it looks like the numbers are obviously a little bit skewed. I don't have enough data to really give up a specific. You can see that I obviously myself got a little bit luckier with my purple drops, but I had a higher green drop as well than all of these other people combined, and these numbers are roughly the same: 78 total for the group, 64 for myself. So we had a decent, roughly the same amount of drops, give or take a little bit. Not really a huge difference, though, to be honest. But here's my thought process, and I want to swap over to the game real quick, because I want to show you guys what I was actually able to accomplish. So as you can see here, in the roaming monsters for the bounties, I actually have completed 6 of 7 already this week. I'm waiting, hopefully going to be able to get the Ancient One and Crag in the next 3 days, 11 hours. So because of that, I should be able to complete all 7, totaling me 6 purples and 1 yellow, which means I got this week, if I can complete this bounty, I will have been able to craft 1 unique and gotten a 2nd unique, giving me a 2 unique total for this week. Now of course I do believe that this is maybe a little bit higher than the most people. As you saw with my numbers, my purple rate was a little higher than most people, and by a little I mean it was I got pretty lucky with my purples, and I definitely think that RNG is still a factor. However, I do also believe that there is a method to the madness, and I want to give you guys some tips for how to complete your bounty board in a timely manner. So my first recommendation is, obviously, you want to check all 5 of your bounties when you first start and verify that you have a purple. Now my recommendation is, you have a total of 280 free gems a week that you get, that I would recommend putting into the bounty board. There is no reason to spend to spend gems on energy anymore. It's just, there's no reason. I mean, it's such a waste in my personal opinion. Pick 1 or 2 roaming monster, or 1 or 2 hunts, and then just use the rest of your energy on roaming monsters. Make sure you never cap by logging in and doing a couple extra hunts, or whatever the case is, if you're waiting for that roaming monster to spawn, or do a couple roaming monsters that give you good rewards, like the Lagas or the Dagas or anything like that, right? There's no reason to actually use gems on refreshers anymore, which means all of those gems that you were spending on refreshing your energy to farm roaming monsters can now go into refreshing the bounty board to get the gear that you want. I did, in total this week, spent 245 gems to get 6 purples and 1 unique, right? Now obviously I actually did a little bit more. As you can see here, I actually have 2 additional purples that I won't actually be able to get this week because I only have 1 extra try. So I actually spent a little more than I needed to. I didn't realize that I wasn't paying attention. But realistically, there's no reason to get any more of these. However, here's my first tip. spend gems on bounty board refreshes. Try not to go over 280 if you're free to play, because you don't want to drain your stores, and if you can't make up the gems you spend, well, then you're going to fall behind, and 1 week you may not be able to get any good gear, which is obviously not good for you. My second tip is to try to fill all 5 of your bounties with purple or unique options. The reason why this is because as you go throughout the day, one of the biggest things I've seen is people complaining about not being able to find the roaming monster they're looking for. And trust me, I understand. I waited a long time for some roaming monsters last week and was only able to get 2 or 3, I think, of the bounties done. So that wasn't good for me. However, if you have 5 separate options for bounty monsters that you can choose, this gives you a lot of leeway. So for example, as you can see here, say that one of these down here was a purple reward. These right here share the same monster. So realistically, if this guy shows up, I can start this bounty, do him 3 times, complete it, come up here, grab this one, and just need to defeat this guy right here twice to get this second bounty cleared. Now you're probably thinking, Panda, but I can't fight the same roaming monster 4 times. Guys, you actually can. There is currently a bug going on. I did not use this bug personally, but I heard about it on Muffin Mouth's stream. There is a bug where if you defeat the actual monster, but you lose to its minions, the roaming monster won't go away, but the bounty board will accept that as a kill of the monster because you killed the monster. So this is something that we can use at least for maybe the next week or so before it gets hotfixed. If it has gotten hotfixed, please let me know down in the comments or message me on Discord. But Madoki's stand on bugs is it's their fault. They will never ban somebody for abusing a bug because it's their fault. They let the bug be in the game. So this is something that I think is definitely something you can use now. Now again, I personally did not use this because I didn't know about it until I already had 5 of 7 bounties completed, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. However, it is entirely possible that, say for example, I don't have the timers in front of me, but let's just say for example that this guy and this guy spawn at the same time in different zones, or within a few minutes of each other in different zones. Well, let's say that I have 2 of 3 completed here. I can complete this 3rd one and instantly go and complete the other one, giving me a very good head start on my next bounty. Now guys, the goal is to complete 1 bounty a day. Now I know that that could be difficult for some things, especially when it comes to these ones right here, because this guy only spawns once a day, and if I get unlucky and he doesn't spawn, well then I'm shit out of luck for a whole day. Crag Bone Crusher spawns I think 3 times a day, so I have a pretty good chance of getting him throughout the day, but the Ancient one only spawns once a day at 8 p.m. Your current time. So uniques are definitely harder, which leads me to my next tip, and that tip is to complete 5 to 6 purple bounties as soon as possible. I completed my 6th purple bounty about 3 hours ago. I got my final roaming monster and was able to collect my final piece of gear, a demon hammer purple, right? And that allowed me to have a total of 3 days and 15 hours to get my unique, which means I have 3 to 4, I think it was 4, it might have been a little less than 4, something like that. I had 3 or 4 spawns or attempts to spawn the Ancient one. Now personally, I think going for more than 1 unique without incredible luck is very, very low chance. However, farming 1 unique plus 6 purples is the same as farming 2 uniques, and it's a lot easier to do. So that's my next tip basically, is just to get 5 or 6 purple quests done so that you have the ability to wait multiple days to get your unique done. Now the next tip I have for you is not to just select a quest because you want that piece of gear. You want to have multiple options open and available to you in order to be able to pick that monster. Like say for example, this right here has a purple and these 2 guys are both spawned, but I selected this one. Well, I mean, I want this purple gear too, so I can just select this, get these 2, and then get this 3rd one when it spawns the next time. Right? You want to be flexible in where you're going. Don't be stuck on, oh, I want to get this purple gear. For example, if I have this thing right here and I have 1 of these guys done, and 2 of these guys spawn, cancel this one out, go on to this one, get the 2 out of 3. More likely than not, you're going to end up getting this one completed and still be able to get this one completed in a decent amount of time. Now, obviously, you do need to be careful, and you need to make sure that, like, for example, if this was my option and the ancient one was completed, I'm not going to cancel that, because the odds of getting that is much lower than the odds of getting some of these other ones that spawn, every couple hours. So definitely be careful and make sure you're not, canceling something that's a very rare spawn. But, it is entirely possible that you can get a lot of these done by just canceling out and switching to a new bounty. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this actually viable? Now, of course, for me, this week, it was entirely viable. I got 6 purples and 1 unique, which, well, provided I can complete this, of course, which means I'm going to get a total of 2 uniques this week, which is better than what I gathered from some other high-end players who said they could farm roughly 1.5 uniques every 2 weeks. So that gives us almost a, 50% increase? A little more than that, actually, because we're getting a full 2 uniques. Which is great. Now, one of the biggest things, though, that I've heard is, okay, great, the uniques are awesome, but what about charms? Well, here's my thought for that. Now, first of all, I do want to say I do think Madoki needs to give us another form of farming charms. However, I do think that this method could potentially give us more charms, or at least better charms, in the future. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind of how you got your charms. More likely than not, you're dismantling commons, greens, or blues, or really, really bad uniques, which take a long time to farm. Well, this method has a very high potential of giving us incredibly high rates of uniques over a period of time. Maybe not incredibly high, but at least higher than what we were used to, which gives us a pretty good chance of being able to actually get better charms in the long run, which before, I mean, the way that I was doing charms was just dismantling, the equipped gear I had and just running with the charms that I had and upgrading commons from disenchanting the gray items from the store. So I wasn't really getting a very large amount of charms. Now, maybe that's different for you guys, but for me, I think that personally, the bounty board has a very high potential. For example, let's say that I have a unique shoulder piece and it rolls 4 slots that are complete garbage. I'm never going to re-roll that. It's going to cost me too much. A, we don't even have the re-roll function yet, and B, when we do get it, it's probably going to cost a crap ton of gold and or gems. Probably not worth my time. Dismantle it. I have a chance to get a purple or unique armor slot, or hero slot, or something along those lines. Same thing, this outlaw weapon, it could roll trash, and to be honest, I'd rather have an outlaw purple sword than this outlaw hammer with really bad charm slots. Probably dismantle that, get unique charms that way. So there's a lot of potential to have this be better, and of course we're not going to be able to really know until we get further in the game. But I do want to do just some real quick testing with you guys. It's not a lot, but I do have some stuff that I'm going to dismantle with you guys on stream. I have these 2 incredibly terrible charms, gear pieces that I will never use. It's not worth it. They have just terrible slots, no good slots. So we're going to dismantle them, and we're going to see if we can get something good. We get a guaranteed purple with a chance at a unique. I'm assuming it's something like 91% purple, 9% unique, probably maybe 95.5 if we're unlucky. But if we can land here or here even, I am happy, preferably here, of course. But this is just something that I think is worth it. It's a good way to increase your charm level, and if you just get terrible rolls. By terrible, I mean pretty much anything that's less than 2 slots. If you get 2 good slots, I think that's an item worth keeping, potentially for the reroll system. But let's see what we can get here today. Okay, I'm not completely pissed at this. Poison damage charm, potential for some builds later on. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but I will take it. Here we have a chance to get the minion, or the hero charm. Let's see what we get today. Oh, we got the minion charm. That's okay. Not the best for me today. What I can say, though, is that it is entirely possible that you can get some great items, including charms, from this new bounty board system. Now, I just want to clarify one more time. I do not think that this system was planned to be something better for us. I do not think that this system is perfect. I do not think that this system does not need changes. I would still love to see the ability to have all bounties active at the same time. I would also love to see the ability to actually like select the bounty monsters you want to see pop up. Right? Right now you get a notification for the Realm of Fire bosses and the other 8-hour spawns and things like that. I wish I could just go in and select, like, I don't know, say 3 roaming monsters that I can turn an alarm off, and it'll send a message to my phone so that I can be like, oh, hey, this person spawned, let me go, you know, and log in real quick and get that kill. Might be very helpful, especially if you work at a job and you can't constantly be checking your phone, but you can take a 5 or 10 minute bathroom break if you get that notification and be like, hey, I gotta run to the bathroom, quickly pull your phone out, do your thing, and then head back to work. So there's a lot of ways that we can improve this system. One of the biggest things, though, is I do think that we need another way to get charms. As you can see there, I was able to get 2 purple charms. They're not the best charms, but it was 2 purple charms. And if I get lucky enough and I get the armor or the hero, then that's a better charm than I have 1 purple charm for hero. I don't have any purple charms for anything else other than those 2 that I just pulled. So there's a lot of potential here that this system works out well for us. It's just a matter of getting those last few tweaks and being able to be a little efficient with your time. And I don't think you need to be on all day. I'll tell you what I did was really simple. I set alarms for any minion or any monster that was spawning at specific times, like not every 30 minutes, but like, you know, the 8 o'clock bosses, the 10 o'clock bosses, things like that. And then what I would do is just log in on my phone, you know, once an hour for 2 to 5 minutes. You know, I think I spent maybe 3 or 4 hours a day in game, you know, and that was like a 2-hour period doing all my dailies and stuff like that, and then 2 hours periodically throughout the day. And of course, you know, I still have to sleep, so I can't spend all that time. But guys, I hope this video gave you a little more perspective on the bounty board. I want to see what your guys' opinions are. Some of the people in my Discord are saying that, you know, they have only completed 2 bounties because the monsters aren't spawning, and I'm hoping that this video helps them. Maybe we can even get someone out there who's good at coding, and maybe they can code a bot that can tell us when, you know, a roaming monster spawns or something like that. We'll have to see. If you guys have any experience with that, reach out to me in Discord. I'll do what I can to help you out. But anyways, guys, that is it for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when all my content goes live. And if you like the video, please leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.